underwater diving. You search has led you to the water. Suit up in your heavy-duty diving suit and descend into the dark depths below the surface. Cunning of 5 plus. Well, his cunning is only a 2. He only has 2 cunning, but he does have this. This is a underwater, it's a danger tech water, and he has plus 2 adventure dice to a tech. So he will get 4 dice. There is 1 success. Come on. 1 more. Excellent. That is very good. This can be used always. It's not discarded or lost after use. So that is one of those. He will press on. Let's see what you get here. There's something out there in the dark. It's getting closer. Agility 5 or fight and draw an enemy card. Ooh, let me think about that. He has an agility of 4 plus 1 from his ally. So let's just do the agility test. 1, 2, 3 successes right there already on 1 roll. Do we keep going or do we just camp down? That is a lot of glory. And I do happen to know that when Angelica comes out, these are both the same value, but this one has the least number of successes needed. She will be going here. So I think he's going to camp down and take his 7 glory. We'll do that off camera. And I think I did goof, but I'm not going to go back and redo it. I can't. Grant, I think, had a roll of 1 on movement. He would not have been able to make it to the city. She had a roll of 4. So we can just say, she's not moving. We can just say that he rolled the 4, whatever. I'm not going to go back and fix it. I'm doing bad enough as it is. I may not even put a note up there. So if you're watching and you see that, you'll know ahead of time. Now, when in the cooperative game, 2 people are at the same adventure, they get to help each other. And even though she's on a cliffhanger, I'm going to assume that she is coming in to help her on this cliffhanger. So she is going to help her overcome it just like if she were there from the beginning. So we have a trap of animals. We have floor crumbles beneath you and you fall into a pit of writhing and snapping crocodiles. You get combat and agility. You roll 2d6, and if the roll is less than or equal to your combined skill, the test is passed. If not, you take d3 hits and roll again. Wow. That is ridiculous. Okay. Now, since they're both there, we get to see which one of those is going to do that test. So, here are our 2d6. Combat plus agility. Shelly has 3 plus 4 or a 7. And Jenny has a 2 plus a 3 or a 5. And we have to roll that number or lower. So if 7 or lower on 2 dice would be what, 55% or less? Or 55% roughly. So I think what I'm going to do is have Alexander play this card. Play on any hero to give them plus 2 agility or plus 2 combat. Doesn't matter, either one would give me plus 2. So now we need to roll 9 or lower on 2 dice. There we go. So she has overcome this, and since she overcome a cliffhanger, you automatically receive glory. But the cool thing is, in a cooperative game, these two are helping each other. Maybe Jenny, her and some of her allies helped pull her out of the pit. They both get the 3 glory. Excellent. There's 3 and 3. Doing that off camera, but that is an obstacle overcome, and they both get that to count as a success. And they're going to press on because that was a cliffhanger. You automatically get the glory immediately. Might have been a waste of a card, but I'm not going to risk it. Now, Maze of Caves. It's a danger underground puzzle. Find your way through the caverns cavernous maze, or attempt to decipher the ancient markings scorched into the walls. So do we want cunning or lore? So I get to choose who's going to do that and what we're going to do. Let me look at their stats. Ginny has a lore of 3, plus she has one of the professors still left, so that is 4. So she will get to roll 4 dice. Let's do that. Plus we only need 5s or higher. And there are 3 successes right there, so that is overcome. We will... Oh, before we press on, we're supposed to have had a sneak on him. Now, his search is 3. So, technically, you would do both people individually. I'm just going to do them both the same. I'm going to say the number 3. Oh, and we have a fight round. 1 fight round with him. And we'll do, let's see, we'll do Shelly first. He gets a combat of 5 plus 1 will be 6. Because of this. That's 3 hits to her. Can she stop it? I don't know. Now, this is very unfortunate. She will be knocked out. And she had an artifact on her. Now, I can possibly transfer that artifact over. And I think that's what I have to do. I have to have her give Ginny the artifact, the Book of Medusa, just so that we don't run a risk of losing it right now. Because she is KO'd, she will lose 1 glory, items, items, gear, allies, whatever. And then you would have to roll, on a 1, 2, or 3, you would lose the artifact that you had. But now she will go back to her main town, which is Paris, right? Was it Paris or London? Paris, okay. And, let's see. So that is her taken care of. She will heal all her wounds. Now, I did mess up. They're supposed to fight at the same time. So she would get to fight. And her fight is 3 combat. And no bonuses from anybody else. That is 2 hits. He does have a defense of 1, so that is only 1 wound. And he has 8 wounds because of their bonus, which is ridiculous. Now, her turn. She would have taken 2 hits, which would have been 1 wound. But she will roll her attack dice separately, which is 2. And that's just 1 hit, so he would not take the wound. And that would end the fight round. And also, she's going to camp down. She's not going to press on. So she will get the 3 glory for that. And she will get to keep those markers. Now next time she'll have to try to sneak past or fight him and try to get 2 more successes. Very unfortunate, but I'm just going to have to play it that way, and we'll leave it like that. And I forgot to give him his second success, so I did that. Because he had a 3 and a 4, got 7 glory. So, villain event. This card plays on the random villain in play. Search +1, you gotta be kidding me. So 1, 2, 3 is Angelica. 4, 5, 6. She now has a search of 6. This game is getting out of hand quickly. Then we go to the Dark Sanctuary. Nothing happens. And then we go to their adventure phase. So, first would be Angelica. She would move to here. This is, yep, it's in an easy to access location. So she immediately rolls her 6 search dice. And she gets 1, 2 successes. And she will take 1, 2, wounds, which is not bad because she only has 4 wounds total. So if Grant can get over there and attack her, then we go here. He will roll only 3 dice. And no successes. That is amazing. That may be the best villain adventure phase we've had yet. Okay, Alexander is only going to have 1 movement, which does not matter because he is on an artifact adventure. Play in a city. The hero may not interact with or play while in a city to get through. Okay. And Shelley. Plenty of movement. Grant, and she's not moving anyway. Don't know if I should have bothered rolling that, but maybe getting too many free event cards. You have received word from your contacts in Cairo. You discard this while in the city during your adventure phase to gain 1 fortune and draw an ally and draw 4 events. Okay. Dark Ritual. Danger, magic, sneak. So I must use cunning or lore or fight. And you must fight the Order of the Crimson Hand. And they get +2 fight. Good grief. I know that they're already nasty. So let's look at his lore. Is a 4. That's not too bad. So he has a lore of 4. But he has this. He can activate to copy the ability of another card, so he's going to get a +1 lore. He's going to copy. Oh no, that's not an activate, that's a constant. Okay. Maybe that will be good enough. Oh yeah, 2 successes right there. He will press on, try to get this artifact. Nazis. When did they get here? Sneak out the back door, find another way out, or if I can get it in focus, let them know how you feel about the fact about their fascism. Let's see, agility or cunning, or I can fight a Nazi enemy card, which he could be good at. Now I hope I'm reading this correct, but I'm going to fight the Nazi because Alexander's fight is a 3. But he has this +1 Scimitar combat. But then if you notice this, it says gain an extra 2 fight dice while in a desert. He is in a desert. He is at an artifact location, but it's in the desert. So he should get basically 3, like +1 combat and +2 fight dice. Since they are listed separately, that's how I'm going to see it. So we draw a Nazi enemy card. It's just guard dogs, so that's not too bad. So instead of 3 glory, we would only get 2 glory because we are choosing to fight these. But we may not escape. So I don't know if these dogs got loose out in the Sahara. If you look on the map, right over here, this is where we are, and this is where the Nazi soldier came in from the event card. So maybe those dogs got loose and wandered off. So let's see what Alexander does here. Easily 2 wounds. So the dogs will die, but let's see what the dogs do with their 4 dice. 1 hit, and he will block that with his 1 defense. So that is 3, 5 more glory. And that is all of those. So after all dangers, you must fight the Order of the Crimson Hand to get the artifact. So we must fight the Order of the Crimson Hand or escape them. Now they only have 3 fight dice, and he will have 6, but they have 5 wounds because of their bonus. If I thought I might could finish them off in 1 or 2 rounds, let me think about that. Now, according to what I've read in the book, a fight with like a henchman or a card like this, it says fight, but that means that you either defeat them in combat or escape them. Fighting means to defeat or escape, and he's going to try and escape. So we're going to use the 4 agility he has, and I don't think I can improve that right now. No. There we go. He escaped. He does not get the glory because he escaped, but he fought off the Crimson Hand. Kind of a cheap generic way to do it, but that's okay. So he will go back to the Sahara with the Mask of the Crimson Hand. Pretty nice. Now we will go to, let's see, Shelly is in Paris. And oops, I kind of did that out of order. It was supposed to have been the movement phase. So she's going to go 1. She's in Paris right now, so she'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to try to take that Nazi guard off of the board. We'll deal with that in a moment. Grant is going to move 1. Does he want to try to take on Angelica or the Dark Sanctuary? She already has 2 wounds. Let's try to take her out. So he is going to go there to the Dark Sanctuary. And then Jenny, for her movement, let's see, she is already at an adventure, so she won't move. So let's go do their adventures now. Now Angelica already has 2 successes, and she has 6 search dice. She is going to get that next turn, absolutely no problem. So he wants to get captured by her so that he can fight her. 2 wounds would knock her out. He could prevent her from getting that. So let's start with the first adventure. As you approach the Hanging Skulls, you are filled with dread. It is a warning, or is just a dark tiding of things to come. Lore 3+ with 4 successes. If failed, you roll a d6 for every temple on the board. And on a roll of 1 or 2, they immediately collapse. But we don't have any temples on the board right now. That is a lore of 3+, and it is a deadly adventure. Now, all of his adventures will be deadly while she is there, which is not a big deal because this one already is. And let's see, his lore is a 3, so he can't even get 4 successes in one roll without some sort of help. This may not matter, but we will see. Right here it says hero chooses a fight option on the card rather than a test. So apparently they are calling fights and tests different. And I thought so, but I wanted to double check. Even though the dice you use are called adventure dice, because he is in the jungle in Mexico, and he will get 1 adventure die for any test. So for this test, he will get +1 die, but I don't think he will get the +1 die when he fights her. If he does, I'm hoping he does. So all we need to do is not roll any ones. No ones. No ones. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That is amazing. He's overcome that. So now he's going to press on. But to press on, he must sneak past her. But let's go ahead and give him his 1 success. She has a search now of 6. So there's 4, 5, 6. I'm going to guess the number 3. And wouldn't you know it, she did not roll a single 3. I almost said 6. That would have been 2 fight rounds. But he's going to press on. So he'll have to sneak past her again in a minute. Another hidden trap. We've seen this. Spot the pressure plates in the floor and find a way across the densely packed pattern of stones to avoid springing the trap. Lore and cunning. Doesn't really matter if we have to do both of those. And remember, he will get, since he's in the jungle, he will get +1. So this is for lore. He will get 3 + 1. and not a single success. I hate reaching around the camera and over and around. I've already knocked it over several times, but he failed that. That is ridiculous. So he will go to a cliffhanger, which means he doesn't even get to fight and kill her because he snuck past too well. That is ridiculous. She will get that, and then he doesn't even, unless she gets 2 wounds and knocks herself out, then she would not be able to pick up the relic. But that's ridiculous. I cannot believe my luck with the rolls. Now, let's see. We're already right here. Let's go right here before we go up to Shelly. The trail leads to a warehouse at the docks with guards at the door. Sneak past, find another way in, or go say hello and fight mobsters. Let's see, agility or cunning, or fight mobsters. Well, she don't want to fight if she can help it. Both her agility and cunning are 3. So let's just go for agility. There are 2 successes right there. Awesome. And she's going to press on, which means she does need to sneak past him. He only has a search of 3. And we're going to say this time, we're going to say a 6. Of course. Alright, so she will have to do 1 combat round with him. His combat is 6. I should have left that as a 1 and counted it. So let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 possible hits. She will take 4 minus 1, 3 wounds. And let's see, I don't really think it matters, but she'll roll 2 dice. She did not hit him. It does not matter. It was 1 combat round, and then they both ran off, even though she is almost knocked out. But now she can do her last. Oop. She can do her last adventure. The ancient tomb lays half buried in the desert sands. You'll have to decipher the markings to open the antechamber doors. Lore of 5+. And her lore was 3. It's not too bad. But she also has the professor for a +1. And this will be good. Let's see. There we go. 2 successes right there. So we got lots of stuff that can go on right now. So this will be 6 glory. Put that on her card over here. So lots of good stuff here. One thing I may have messed up before, but that's okay. Since she recovered this artifact, it says during the adventure your agility is -1. I think I did do an agility test once, but I'm not gonna worry about it. So, she got the artifact from him, and so that makes him go into a delayed state. I guess he doesn't realize that it's gone. So instead of going on his card ready to come out, he's going to go delayed. So on this villain phase, all he's going to do is stand up. He won't get to go on an adventure. That is awesome. But he does heal his 2 wounds, which is not a big deal for him. He's got so many wounds. Also, before I do all that, I'm going to play on this on any hero, including yourself. After you complete a danger, well, she just completed this danger, if you remember. You can immediately draw a gear card, but you can only. This is a victory card, so you can only do 1 of those per achievement. And let's go ahead and. I should have done that after this one, honestly, but that's okay. Your home city. +1 cunning and gain 3 adventure dice for 1 roll if you activate it. Wow, she has got so much stuff going on. Alright. Now, we can acquire this. The Hammer of the Dark Fire. That's awesome. And we will put her back on the board right there in Greece. while I'm got the camera here, let's go ahead and get a new artifact, which will be. Oop, nope. That won't be until the end of the end of the villain phase. So I'll hold off on that. And now I think we can go to Shelly fighting that Nazi soldier. So we have this card, zombies, Nazi soldiers. This is what we'll just be fighting here. She has combat 3, they have combat 4. I'm just going to roll them all at the same time. We do have 1 defense. So let's see, there's 1 hit. And oh my goodness, they hit us twice. 3 minus 1 for 2 wounds. Please don't do that again. So there we go. She took them out finally. She took a bunch of wounds for it, but she will get 3 glory. And we can remove that from the board. That will make things look much better. And I'm sorry, I'm dumb. I keep forgetting. Even the Crimson Hand have me messed up because they don't have the figures on the board. But anytime you run into a henchman like that on the board, you immediately end your movement, and you're supposed to fight outside of the adventure phase in the movement phase. So this is her adventure phase. Nothing happens where she's at. So yeah, let's go to the villains, and they will draw a villain card. Roll once on the Vow Organization's tactic cards. I hate this. And then move the villain track 1 step forward. So we'll go ahead and move that to 9. We're going to flip this over. Going to roll a die. Now let's see. Add 1 to the die roll. So it's a 2. New Dark Sanctuary. Place a new Dark Sanctuary in a random location. Limit 1 per space. So if there's already, you just redraw. So that could have been much worse. Alright, we got lucky. But we're going to get a new Dark Sanctuary out, so let's draw a random card that's going to be in Persia. Dark Sanctuary in Persia. Right there. Then we will go to the Dark Sanctuary. So we're going to roll 2 dice because they now have 2 sanctuaries out there. Oh, and we got 2 successes. So there are only 2 relics out right now, so they will go 1 to each one, which means she will automatically collect that, because even if she knocks herself out, which she would be dazed, that would be awesome because she will go first, but he's going to succeed and get that stupid roll. Now we go to the villain adventure step. So she'll go first. She gets a search of 6. Come on. And she only gave herself 1 wound. That was 3 out of 4. Why did you have to sneak past her? Why did you have to sneak past her, you little loser? I wanted you to fight her and knock her out of the game. So she has successfully grabbed that, which means he will go back onto the board in the jungles in Mexico, but he will be on, I'll leave that beside him, he'll be on a cliffhanger. And this is now grabbed. So they will go up 1-2. They are very close to winning now. And then he will just stand up on his card. He can't adventure. And this guy will get 1-2 successes. They are about to win the game. Man, this organization is really hard. Let me... Now we can get some new artifacts on the board. So let's see. This one will be the Caverns of the Ancients. So this is a temple. Nice. And it is going to be in the Andes. Okay. And let's go ahead and do, while I got the camera here, let's do this one. And this is the Clasp of Osiris. This artifact is worth +2 fortune. When discarded, shuffle this back into the deck. Huh. be in India. And of course, this Andes is exactly where I put one of those random Nazi soldiers. Then we have the Crown of the Gods. And that will be in the Forbidden Islands. Okay. I really don't know what we're going to do to pull this out. Okay, that is Alexander Cartwright with a movement of 5. And Shelley with a movement of 2 plus her chauffeur or her car. Grant, he is on a cliffhanger anyway, but still. Play to force a test just rolled to be entirely rerolled. Nice. Oh, it can be used on yourself, another hero, or a villain. Excellent. And Jenny has 5 plus her 2 drivers. Now, I kind of hate to do this, but I think I'm going to have to. So I'm going to go 1, 2, use the ship captain to reduce it to 1, 3, 4. But he had so much movement I could have gone 3, 4. He's going to go here to Rio de Janeiro, but you'll see I'm not going to have a dock encounter. This is just a minor city. And then she needs to get to a city, and there is a small city here, so she will move 1, 2. And from what I can tell, Venice is, I think you can get there from Eastern Europe and Italy, but even so, she has the 2 chauffeurs, so she could go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I mean, she's got plenty of movement. So she gets in there. Grant cannot move; he's on a cliffhanger. And Shelley, I think she needs to get to a city, or let's just send her down here and get her on an adventure. She may get knocked out, hopefully not. But now we go to the adventure phase. He will have a city adventure. So you may fully heal. He's already fully healed. Just another day in the city. This is a small city, so he won't have to have an adventure. Let's just stick that in the middle somewhere. But we do get more dock tokens, I think. Are there any docks that... No, I have not done that yet since then. So he is not going to explore the docks. He had his city adventure. It was nothing. He will start off by selling the Mask of the Crimson Hand for 5. He already has 3 gear cards, so he can't get another gear, but he only has 2 allies. Now, it would normally cost 3, but plus 1 because of the card we drew. And he will get the Occult Expert. Nice. This is in Shanghai. You can activate it to get plus 3 anytime you're testing while at a fate or death icon. Okay. Not bad. So, the Occult Expert, let's see. He's right here. And that will go into Shanghai. I'll just stick it right there on top of the docks. Then we go to Shelley. She is going to be going for the Clasp of Osiris. Let's just slide down here and draw an adventure card. We have a sword fight. Use your knowledge of fencing to outwit your opponent or try to overpower him with brute force. You may not use guns for this test. Oh, come on. He's swinging his blade around. What did our friend Indy do, huh? He pulled out the gun and shot him, right? So, lore of a 6 with just 1 success, or cunning of 5 with 3 successes. Her cunning is 3. Her lore is 2, so we're definitely going to do the cunning. And do I have any way to increase the cunning for her? Don't think so. She really needs to go to town, heal up, and get some gear. But let's do that. There we go. There's 2 successes. Come on, one more. Yes. She succeeded. That needs 6 passes. Good grief. Let's see. We'll press on at least once. See what this one says. You've stumbled into a clandestine ritual of the dark arts. Sneak by undetected or break up the party to get the bottom of what's going on here. Agility 4 or fight the order. I don't want to fight, especially with her. Okay. Agility of 4. She has nothing to help her. No one else can help her with any cards. There's 3 successes. 4 successes. So she just passed an adventure. So Grant is going to play on any hero. After completing a danger, they get to fully heal and gain glory equal to the number of wounds. Now, what's cool is Shelly has the ability, she can heal for 2 glory. She had 2 wounds, that would cost her 4, but instead of doing that, Grant just gave her 2. So that's a swing of 6 glory, basically. Now she has no wounds. Does she want to? That's only 5 glory. She does have a bunch. She does have that big quest. That's a 6. Let's see, they'll be going here and there. So nobody's going to be going here. So she is going to just camp down and take her 5 glory and her 2 successes. Yeah. She's being a chicken, but that's okay. Now we go to Grant, who is on a cliffhanger. So let's slide down here. Let's see what his cliffhanger is. Oh, it's a trap. The floor crumbles beneath you, and you are engulfed in a pit of blazing fire. Agility plus lore. Roll 2d6, and the roll is less than or equal to the skill you pass. Otherwise, you take damage and roll again. So we've seen this before. So we're going to roll in 2 dice. Agility plus lore. So his agility is 3. His lore is 3. And she gives an agility of +1. So that is 7. Does he have anything to help with that? Now, if I need to, I can re-roll, especially if I'm going to take a bunch of damage. But hopefully I can get a 7 or lower. There's an 8. Let's see. Let's just take some wounds. So he took one hit, actually. But he has a defense 1, so he took no wounds. That is excellent. There we go. Excellent. Didn't even have to waste his card. That is 3 glory for passing that cliffhanger. But his turn ends with him in Mexico. Now on to Jenny, who is in this city of Venice, right there. You have been given a secret package to deliver to Shanghai. You can discard this while you're in the city to gain fortune. Not glory, but fortune. And she's got another one of those for Cairo. Oh, Shanghai is where that cult expert is. And the other one is for what? Cairo? So that'd be in Egypt. But that's just one. I think she wants to get over there. She might can win us the game. Now, she has completed. So she can sell the Hammer of the Dark Fire and the Book of Medusa for a total of 10 fortune. That is amazing. So we'll get 2 of the big ones there. That's 10. And she has a lot of glory. Let me look at her equipment real quick. So I think Next, she will spend 6, 5 plus 1 to get a revolver to give her +2 combat. So now she has 2 items, or 2 gear. But if you remember, she got this earlier. She can have 3 more allies than normal. And have 2 sidekicks instead of 1. Now, right now she has 4 allies. No sidekicks. So, normally it would cost her 2 less and 2 less for 1, but then that's +1. So, for 2, she will get an ally. Come on, what will we get? Ooh, she's got a burglar also. So now agility and can copy cards. That is awesome. Then, for her last 4 glory, she will heal the 4 wounds. Just a quick recap. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26 out of the 40 that we need to win. Oh, and this is where it's going to get really ugly. Can we pull this off? All villains immediately take an extra villain adventure step outside of the normal turn. Move the villain 1 step. I think we just lost. So Angelica will go to the highest value, the caverns, and he will go to the next highest value, but with the lowest clear condition. And then this acolyte will have 2 successes to recover this dagger. And that will move them up to 1, 2. Yeah, I think we just lost. I thought we were coming back. No. And they have not finished their 3, 6. Let's see. She got 3 successes. That's all she needed. Let's go ahead and roll for him. He gets what, 3 search dice? And he would have gotten 2 successes, which is all he needed. We can see if this would collapse. Let me see how that works with the villains. Now, I don't know if those 3 failures that she rolled would count as possible collapse of this, which means this might would have collapsed. I don't know, or if she would have to have had all incomplete. But it wouldn't matter. Even if this collapsed on her, he still grabbed this one clean. So that is 2 points up to 16. And they only needed 15 for the basic game win. That is a tough group to face, especially when I had some really bad rolls. And lots of drawing the acolyte cards. But let's say that did not happen. It did not collapse. Every success that they get, since it is a temple, you would get 1 of those coins. The temple itself at the end would be worth coins to the heroes. So they would get 3 coins, 1 for each success. So as soon as they got 3, you would cash that in for a point, and then they would get 2 more. So either way, we lost. Maybe that last turn, instead of having Alexander go to the city to sell, maybe he should have run to one of these. He could have at least slowed her down by rolling less dice, or could he have made it here? He might could have made it here. That might would have been a better deal, although she would have been easier for him to have fought. That is, it's so hard to say, but I really enjoyed this game. I think it's awesome. It's just every time I pull it out, I have to relearn the game and reread and flip through the book. But if you get a few things wrong, who cares? It's just so much fun. Like I was going to lose anyway, because after the outpost they were going to have a regular adventure phase. I really don't see that, but having 2 adventure phases in one turn is really brutal. But there you go. I may have to try this faction again. I've played on camera the Nazis, and I do believe we pulled that victory out. I've played several times against the mob, most of which I played multiplayer, and we destroyed them easily. And wow, this was tough. Oh, this is such a cool game, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I can get this played again real soon. I may keep playing some off camera, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and just y'all be safe with all the storms and the snow. Stay warm, stay safe. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and take care of each other, and come back and watch me fail at some other games.